Hi, welcome back to Fiberchats. And today we're continuing the Pascuali series. So, Marisa, who is the international sales manager of Pascuali, is back with me today. And we're going to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart. One of my favorite Pascuali yarns, cashmere. Hi, Marisa. Welcome back.
Hi, Irina. How are you?
Um,
Good to see everybody here as well. And yes, this cashmere is so absolutely beautiful.
Well, we're
I
talking
can
about
see.
some of the top quality of cashmere in the world because it's not only just cashmere, it's Mongolian cashmere, it's organically certified, and we're gonna go into details of that. But I want to tell you something. Like before we started, we were chatting briefly, and you said that you have a favorite, and
Of
that's
the cashmeres.
right. And I have like a complete opposite of that spectrum favorite because the cashmere lace is just like calling my name. It's like I've been looking at it and like playing with it, and it's beautiful, beautiful yarn. But let's go back into how Pasquale started with cashmere. Tell me a little bit of the backstory.
Yeah, well, cashmere, it's a difficult business because there's a lot of cashmere out in the market, and it comes from not very reliable sources, let's put it that way. And there's a lot of cashmere that actually, when you buy a sweat, when you go into a shop and they sell you a sweater or a cardigan for $50 and you take it home and it, starts peeling and whatever, it's because it's a very cheap cashmere. And some of that cashmere could actually be used to stuff pillows, but not to produce fibers. So we went through, or Paul went through quite, he did a lot of research into how to bring cashmere and where to source it. And he started bringing the cashmere from Mongolia. Normally, cashmere goats are kept by nomads in Mongolia. And the nomads move from one area to the other looking for grass for their goats. And as the goats eat the grass, they eat everything they can, and then with their hooves, they destroy whatever is left. So basically, any grassland is destroyed and left nothing, and that contributes to the growth of deserts in Mongolia. So the Mongolian government has started a campaign by which they try to teach nomads to come back and pasture, which is changing a little bit their lifestyle, but helping the ecosystem. So that was the beginning of our Kashmir adventure, let's say, where Paul started thinking, okay, there's the Mongolian government, sponsoring better salaries and better conditions for farmers, and we can contribute by bringing the fiber from there, and we contribute to the environment because they're teaching them. So that's the beginning of our cashmere, sourcing it from there. Yeah, so we get very nice hair, that very long hair with a very fine that we can then spin into the yarn. So that's the very high quality. And the farmers, like I said, are getting paid better. They are required to have smaller herds, so they don't have so many animals. They have smaller herds. The goats are taken care of. Yeah, so it's a much more environmentally conscious and better, and that's where we started. And then from there, he moved on to having the production. We bring the fiber to Italy where it's washed and spun and then dyed. And very recently, we switched the mill that we were working with for, probably the best mill in the world. That is the Cariaci mill in Italy. Mr. Cariaci, the owner of the mill, is co-owner with Bruno Cucinelli and Chanel. So that's where they produce all the fibers for their textiles. And the quality control there is amazing. For every single lot of every single color, they knit a swatch and then they put it through the microscope and they check for pilling, they check for shrinking, they make sure the color doesn't fade, that the color is identical. So you can't get anything better in the market than that.
And I've heard that Paul just came back from his trip to the mill.
Yeah, he was in Italy 2 weeks ago, checking the production, meeting Mr. Cariaci, making sure that, everything is per his liking because, he's very picky
He is.
about.
He has very discerning taste. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He wants to make sure that everything is done, well. Everything is certified. So, we are already GOTS certified, and the cashmere is also organically certified. So, but his standards are always higher. You have to keep up with what he says. And if he doesn't like it, it doesn't go.
Right. And we talked a little bit about the certification in the previous episodes, but let's just for those who just joining us first. And by the way, if you just discovered this series, go back and watch my other conversations with Marisa because we cover all different kinds of yarns that Pasquali produces, and there is a history of Pasquali and all of that jazz. So watch those and click that subscribe button while you're at that. That always helps. But let's talk a little bit about organic certification, the process of it. And it's not just the fiber, it's also the warehouse has to be special. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, well, just to get the, for example, for us to get the GOTS certification in our warehouse, we had to go through a whole procedure. They come, they take a look at how we're, warehousing the yarns, and any yarn that is not certified has to be placed in a different place. They cannot be together. All the employees have to go through, a series of instructions on how to handle the yarn, how to pack it. I mean, everything. So it's very, very strict. And then, of course, the sourcing, the mill, how they do all the processes. If they're recycling water, that's important. The condition in which animals are kept. That's very important. And also farmers, how are they, what are their working conditions? How are they paid? So they look at every single aspect of the entire production. So from, the sourcing of the fiber all the way to the end product, there is steps that we have to, that are checked and that we have to show that we're complying with.
Right. Well, you mentioned that there's different types of cashmere, and sometimes you can buy a cheap cashmere that should be used for something other than sweaters. So, how does Pasquale goes about finding the best fibers?
Well, like I said, Paul traveled to Mongolia to check, first it starts by the farmers, what are the conditions of the farms and what are the conditions of the animals? Because healthy animals and animals that live freely, that are not abused and mistreated, are obviously going to produce a better hair. So that's the beginning, checking how the farmers, how they keep their animals, what are their conditions, what are their living conditions, also that they're paid fairly. That whole part has to be good in a sense, so that we know, okay, these animals are healthy, and you see it in the fiber that you get, because then you have very long hair, very soft hair, and then you can spin it into a very nice yarn. So it starts really from where we source it.
Well, let's talk about your favorite yarns. So, your favorite is this one. It's Kashmir Delicia.
I love it. Yeah, actually, I'll show you. I'm knitting with it. Well, this is my ball because I'm knitting a little surprise. This is my surprise surprise gift for my daughter. She won't watch it. She doesn't knit, fortunately. So it's absolutely beautiful. We call it delicia because when I'll have a complete ball here. When Paul gave me the sample ball, the first one, I held it, I brought it home and I started knitting, and I just kept saying, "This is delicious. This is delicious." And that's how we came up with Delicia. Yeah.
Well, I mean, this particular yarn, it's 25 grams, 75 meters, or
Yeah.
it was,
82 yards.
um, it's very light. It feels like a big ball. It doesn't feel like 25-gram ball. It feels
No,
still large, in your.
it's like a cloud. It's amazing. And we our recommended needle size is 8 US, But I went further up. I went two sizes up, and it's so fluffy. I'm actually wearing one of our designs, which is with cashmere delicia, and it's called Whirling Waves. This design I'm wearing is also knit with 5 millimeter 8 US, but you can go further up. And the thing is, when you knit it with thick needles, it's just going to bloom and it's going to be fluffier. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
It says on the label that it's voluminous and lightweight organic cashmere. So, what makes it so voluminous? Is that the construction of this yarn?
So this yarn was actually designed by Mr. Cariaci himself. And if you look at the thread, let's say, it is a chainate yarn. It's like an I-cord yarn. And because it has so much air in it, yeah, it makes it even fluffier, you know. It makes it even That's why it grows, and it's absolutely beautiful when you knit with it.
Well, you mentioned also like that cheap cashmere you can spot because it starts peeling right away. How does this one behave?
Well, this one doesn't peel at all. Because because of the fiber is so long that we can really spin it very nicely. And so it's tighter. It's not going to peel. And because you have the quality control of Cariachi, so they're going to test every single lot of every single color for all of those things, for shrinking, peeling, fading, everything. And then when the yarn is put into balls, every single ball is weighed so that you are sure to have the 25 grams, sometimes a little bit more, because we've told the mill to, in case, to add a little bit more and not less. So you always have 25 grams of a ball. So it's absolutely beautiful.
Right. And it's 100% cashmere wool.
It's 100% cashmere wool, and it is SFA certified, so it's organically certified. And that means, like I said before, from sourcing to production, you can be sure that you're getting a very fine product,
Right.
that
Well,
complies with everything.
for people who wanted the luxury of cashmere without like breaking the bank completely, have another option, which is cashmere caris.
Cashmere caris, yes, yeah. We named it cashmere caris after a Greek mythology grace, because because we thought it embodies charm, beauty, and creativity. So you are getting a beautiful cashmere. It's only 30% cashmere,
Right.
it has 70% virgin wool, but it's ultra fine merino. The merino is also certified, it's RWS certified. And the high quality of the merino, which is 17.5 microns, that's how we measure, the thickness of the fiber. It is the best. So it's a beautiful blend, also very soft. It's a worsted weight, and you can't go wrong.
And this is 50-gram ball, and it has 112 meters or 122 yards in it.
Yeah.
So it's also organic merino and cashmere blends, and 30% of cashmere is pretty high for blends. Usually, like I see a lot of blends where there's like 10% cashmere and they call it cashmere yarn. So
Yeah, yeah,
getting
yeah. Well, we do have Sole, for example, that has 10% cashmere and cotton, and that then you could call it also cashmere. But yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous, and we've had Petinit, for example, knitting with it. She has the Sophie hood with it. So it's a beautiful, beautiful yarn.
well, let's talk about another yarn. So it's cashmere 6/28. Tell me a little bit
Yeah.
about this one.
This is also a gorgeous yarn. This is perfect choice for lightweight, warm sweaters, cardigans, accessories, scarves, anything you want to knit with. It's SFA certified, so it's organic. And again, produced in sourced from Mongolia and produced at the Cariaci spinning mill in Italy, which is co-owned by Chanel and Bruno Cucinelli. So you can't go wrong with the fiber.
No, and it's like, you know what amazes me? Like if you take this ball with merino, right, you can squish it a little bit, but
Yeah.
this one and it just squishes to nothing. It just like, oh, like there is like on another unparalleled level. I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's like, as you said, delicious, it's like,
Yeah.
it's so warm, it's so light.
It's beautiful. Yes. This one has the microns on this one is 15.5, which is one of the finest you can get.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So, and it's a 6 ply and it's twisted. So yeah, it's beautiful. 628.
right.
Yeah.
And it's also 25-gram ball and it has 112 meters or 122 yards. So if you guys
Yeah.
order it, it's beautiful for sweaters and for scarves, for anything actually.
Yeah.
Like I have so many ideas of what to do with this. It's just like it's asking to be neat, Or like even little meats, like it's
Yeah.
super warm and just beautiful. And by the way, guys, if you want to try Pasquale for yourself, I'm going to put the link in the description of this video. And if you follow that link, you can get 10% off your first order. So treat yourself. The holidays are around the corner. Give yourself a little gift of cashmere. We'll need a bowl or two.
Yeah.
So let's talk about my very favorite, the cashmere lace.
Yeah. You do love this one, right? You like working with thin needles.
I love lace in general. I mean,
Uh-huh.
a little bit of Olympic sport of how thin you can go for yarn for needles, But it's
Yeah.
also like this is a beautiful yardage because this is 25 grams, 170 meters. So
Yeah.
it's not it's not cobweb, but it's
No.
thin enough that you can do beautiful lace projects with it.
Yeah, yeah. This is actually a beautiful, beautiful lace yarn. You can also use it, in combination with other, to make it heavier and give softness to whatever other yarn you're using. But by itself, you can't go wrong. We have a beautiful shawl with it that I think I showed you in another program. This one that is called Bliss Bloom. That is absolutely beautiful, no?
Yeah.
And for that, you need 5 balls of cashmere. So,
No, it's
yeah,
it's beautiful and needs beautifully. It's beautiful stitch
yeah,
and
yeah,
super light also.
yeah. Very light and very warm because you have this lightness. But when I've worn this shawl several times and it's just so nice and warm and, and it's not suffocating. It's just beautiful. It's very soft and light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love this color also. Like, let's talk a little bit about colors. How many colors can people find in cashmere lines?
Well, it depends. On this one, on the lace, you have 21 colors.
Oh wow.
21 colors. Yeah.
You know what my dream is? I have this shawl. It's my design actually. It's
Oh, that's beautiful.
this
That's a late. Oh, yes, I've seen this. This is
I,
beautiful.
that would be absolutely stunning in
In
one
the lace.
cashmere lace. Yeah, it's like
Yes.
perfect yardage for that. And you'll need like 5 or 6 balls. Like I can't remember.
What color do you like? What is your favorite color?
Well, you know what? It changes over the years because like I was the queen of blue and everything turquoise, and now somehow I'm going into like burgundies and purples and
Hmm.
grays. I don't know. It's like I'm hard like this. It's hard to pick a favorite color,
Yeah.
but also like white would be spectacular with
Oh,
this.
white makes it spectacular. If you look at that shawl, for example, in white, the one you just showed us, for the summer,
Yeah,
when you're elegantly dressed, even for a bride, beautiful, beautiful.
or if you're going with burgundies, it's perfect for Valentine's. And the
Also.
beautiful thing about this specific shawl is that half of it is just the stockinette knitting. So
Yeah.
like 2 panels of stockinette and 2 panels of lace.
Yeah. That makes it really easy to knit.
Grows fast, It's
Yeah. Are the panels knit together, or you go from one? Yeah,
No,
you
it's all one
okay?
continuous
Okay.
fabric. So there's nothing. It's actually like pretty easy for people who are not very comfortable with lace because it also has both written and charted instructions. So it
Yeah,
will handle
that's cool.
the whole process, you know.
And laces, I mean, a lot of people are intimidated by lace, but actually once you've done a couple of rows and you get the pattern and then it starts flowing. It's not difficult at all.
Right. Yeah.
It
Because
just looks intimidating.
I mean, most of lace, I mean, all of lace actually, it's like 5, 6 stitches, right? If you know
Yeah,
how to yarn over, knit two together, slip,
yeah,
stitch, and do the double decrease, like you golden with any lace
yeah.
pattern.
Yeah, yeah, and that's I mean, the fact that you don't have, it's a straight thing. It's a perfect pattern for the lace. Okay, so I'm gonna look forward to your next shawl with cashmere lace.
Yeah, that would be like lovely. Actually, can you imagine being wrapped in that? It's just like a
Well,
cashmere.
look at me with my cashmere delicia. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
Very envious of your in there job because you can just take any sample and wrap yourself in it. So it's
Yeah, I do love that about the job.
well, if you guys want to know more about Pasquale yarns, put in the comments any questions about any yarns, and we'll try to answer it in the future episodes of Pasquale series. And again, as I mentioned, if you want to treat yourself to some Pasquale cashmere or any other yarn, you can get 10% off your first offer if you follow the link in the description of this video. So I hope you'll try it. And until next time, happy crafting. And thank you, Marisa, for being my guest again.
You're welcome. Nice to be here. Nice to see everybody. Bye.
Bye.